Hey everybody, Jeff Bernhard, Executive Gardener here. Hey, it's November 1st, 2014, and most of you who are watching this video, it may be very cold where you are. We're in Houston, Texas, and this time of year it's starting to get a little cold, about 50 degrees at night, about 70 in the day, but it could dip down to as much as 40 degrees at night. So I'm going to give you an update. It's been a while since I've done something, but not a lot growing this time of year. But what I'm going to work on right now is my sweet potato crop. So what I'm holding in my hand, my daughter's on the camera, if you pan down here, Jen, and take a look at all this vine that you're looking at here, all of this is all from a few sweet potatoes. And so I did a quick video on sweet potato. I'll show you a little bit of what we're harvesting today, because sweet potatoes, as you probably know, is a warm weather crop, and once it starts to get down 30s and 40s at night, we risk some issues with the sweet potatoes that are in the ground. So I'm going to try to clean this up. And what I'm holding here, I'm going to show you real quick, because a few of the viewers who saw my last YouTube video on sweet potatoes asked, how do you grow these sweet potatoes? And I'm going to show you how easy it is. So this is just one of many vines, as you can see, that cover. And if you're looking, actually, by the way, for ground cover, this would be a great ground cover, and on top of it you get sweet potatoes if you like sweet potatoes. So this is one of the vines, but let me show you. So I clipped off just a piece of the sweet potato vine right here, okay? And these things will reroot themselves. So all you have to do really is clip off the branches, the small branches that are coming out, because what happens is if you clip these off, they will reroot into the ground and you'll have sweet potatoes. So all you have to do is, I've got one, two, there's actually looks to be some, I don't know if you call them suckers, but some additional things coming out here. And I dug a hole here in the ground, and all you have to do is stick that into the ground and put some soil in it and plant it, and that's it. This thing will grow in the ground, spread out. Now, ideally, this soil, even though I had great sweet potatoes, and I'll show you some harvest here, this is very much clay ground, not ideal for sweet potatoes. The best would be kind of a loamy, sandy type soil, and it'll take off and do remarkable. But this here, what I just did, is what I got all of this from. Okay, one clipping that I put in the ground. It rooted itself, and in 4 months this thing developed unbelievable sweet potatoes, and I'll show you a few of them, what they look like. So that's as easy as it gets. Now, unfortunately, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'll probably have to, I'll probably try to keep a few of these vines in some water and then replant them again in the spring, but they won't survive the winter here, even though it's not as cold as it is up in zones 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Here in zone 8B, it still gets a little bit chilly at night, and these vines will die off. So sweet potatoes, again, super easy. So that's how you do. That's how you replant it, and there's a number of places you can get these online. But let me show you a little bit of my harvest. I'll dig and show you some of the sweet potato gold that I'm getting out of my backyard. And again, by the end of today, I need to bag all these vines up and put them in and put them out to be taken away, because otherwise I'm afraid it will impact my sweet potato crop. So hang tight, I'll show you a little bit from my harvest. So guys, so here's one of my beds that I got into. These have been growing about 3 months. These are pretty young, but so you'll see what I've done here. Here's the end of a vine here, and there's 2 sweet potatoes that are at the end. So here's the end of the vine that connects to the sweet potatoes, and you'll see live how you do this. They're a little hard to get out of the ground sometimes, but anyway, there you go. There's 2 sweet potatoes that I've pulled out of the ground, and hopefully we'll have many more. But anyway, those are 2 sweet potatoes. I just wanted to show you what they look like in the ground. So guys, I thought I'd record this. So as I'm cleaning up all these vines, you see all these sweet potato vines everywhere. Now, all of them originated from these little raised beds, but here's the issue that I'm running into. It's not really an issue if you like sweet potatoes, but the issue is that each of these runners, these vines, are sending off, you know, they reroot themselves. So if you'll see there's a giant sweet potato that is under the ground that I didn't expect. So I guess when you're growing sweet potatoes, don't expect them all just to be in the raised bed there. As they shoot out these vines all over the place, they take root and they develop additional sweet potatoes, just like I showed you in the beginning of this video. So my crop has gone from 4 times what I expected it to be, just because nature did its own work, and rerouted these things. But I mean, that's a decent size. You can see my hand there, sweet potatoes. So at the end of the video, I'll show you what additional potatoes I found just from these things rerouting from the vines. So again, this is like a treasure hunt. You know, you never know what you're going to find. So I wanted to show some of my viewers some of the harvest that I got from my backyard sweet potatoes. So what I did was I put my iPhone 5 next to it. You can see the size of these things. Man, oh man, look at the size of this sweet potato. I mean, it's just, it's nuts. So I don't know how it tastes, but this thing grew for about 4 months on the ground, and this one's a pretty nice size one as well. Sweet potato, and here's one as well. So even though much of what turned up ended up being from the vines and the shoots that came out from the sweet potato, my harvest in the raised beds actually turned out to be pretty darn good. So here's an example of 3 sweet potatoes that came from my harvest. All great size, all great size, great from the backyard. Hey, so this closes the video on sweet potatoes. So what you see here is 2 buckets, small buckets, and then this Tupperware. And these are all the extra potatoes that, sweet potatoes that I got out of the ground. So there you got a pretty good size full. As you see, they're not as big as the ones I got out of the bed, but they just didn't, when the runners went out, they didn't have enough time to grow these, and I want to get these out of the ground before the frost hits, or the really cold hits. So you see I have 2 different varieties. One's more of a purple, one's more of a kind of a beige natural color, and same thing over here. So I would say this is probably a good 3 or 4 meals of sweet potatoes. If you've never had fresh sweet potatoes, you got to try them. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this quick episode on growing sweet potatoes in your backyard. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, or send it to a friend that may be interested in getting into gardening. So hope you've enjoyed this episode on sweet potatoes from the Executive Gardener channel. Have a great one.